parents and around the Stampede, and we had a really good time. Yeah, I had a couple baseball games. The Mosquitoes and Brooks on Sunday afternoon. We'll get into that a little bit later on. Anyways, Dave, let's put this one to bed. Finally, a year and a half in. Fuck me. I can't believe this is the way it went. But Deshaun Watson, we kind of knew it was going to happen this way. We kind of didn't know it was going to happen this way, but we thought like it just, he ended up getting 6 games by the NFL. Some arbitrator, lawyer, whatever. He got 6 games. We both thought it was going to be a year for sure because the way his contract was set up. He was in Browns camp today, went in the field, people were cheering and everything else. We were both wrong. We both thought for sure he was going to a year suspension for sure because he had the $1 million contract this year and they could just usurp the whole thing and call her good. Dave, what's your thoughts about the NFL, what they said today, what the judge said today? What's your thoughts on the whole thing?
I don't think this is done. Roger Goodell has 3 days to appeal it, and then he becomes the sole arbiter of it. This wasn't binding arbitration. The NFL presented a case, and Deshaun or the NFLPA had a case. I think the fix was in. This is what I think. I think Goodell told the judge, I want you to give him 6 games, and that way I can give him 10, and I can be the baddie here. Because 6 games isn't enough, and the public outcry is ridiculous. And everything I saw on Twitter, like I didn't find out about this until what 1:30, 2 o'clock this afternoon. Nobody's happy. And we've talked about it a little bit ad nauseum. And then here, I could talk about different minutia and why I think this is wrong and why I think this and why I think that. If Deshaun Watson, as he says, he did nothing wrong, part of this punishment is like you don't get one more fucking massage from anybody not employed by the Browns.
That was in the thing from the judge today. You cannot enter establishments. The only people you can get massages from is people who were employed by the Cleveland Browns or an NFL franchise or whatever it was written. Jesus,
you didn't do anything wrong, but don't do it again.
But don't do it again.
That shows me that there's no simple statement that shows the hypocrisy of this whole fucking thing more than that single statement. And I can go into the broad strokes and what I think about the NFL.
So Dave, let's go into that. So how does a person who's a U.S. judge in whatever state it was finally tried in, I don't care. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I don't care.
It's an arbiter. This isn't a trial. It was given to her to hear both sides.
How does a person say, you did nothing wrong, but don't do the wrong thing you did again?
It's baffling to me. And you know, like I say it all the time in our podcast when I'm talking about things that I don't understand. I just don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it.
And we're quasi grown-ups nowadays.
Oh, yeah. Like
when we were 23, 24, we were talking about this crap. We were like, all right, and we'd have a beer and get away from it. But now we kind of think about it a little bit, go, hey, there's something not right here.
Yeah, you can piss on my shoes and tell me it's raining. Like that's fine, but don't fucking treat me like a fool, man. If he did nothing wrong, don't tell him not to do it again. And the hypocrisy in the NFL is full of hypocrisy. Like how Calvin Ridley can get a year for $1,000 parlay
on FanDuel.
Like it's a ridiculous bet.
And the NFL does nothing but advertise on FanDuel.
Yes, I don't recall seeing one massage parlor. Well, I guess they're not licensed businesses. He's just finding these masseuses on TikTok and Instagram.
Well, so, okay. Oh, I got one. If we want to talk about masseuses, the owner, Robert Kraft.
Did you hear what did you see his
the
quote
Orchids
today?
of Asia? The Orchids of Asia. He got off scot-free.
Oh, no, he had a quote today, man. You didn't hear it?
No,
I got it. I got it on Twitter. Oh, Bobby Kraft had something to say about this. Let me tell you. Where
he probably
is it?
should shut his yap.
Oh, for sure, he should shut his yeah. Oh, where is it? He said it was. I'll look for it as I'm talking, but it was to the NFL really dropped the ball here. I'm really disappointed in the NFL because 6 games is a far
He
too.
got indicted.
He paid for a rub and tug.
Yes,
He got caught on video
prostitution in Miami. At the
in
Orchids
Miami.
of, I know this one because he talked about it. The Orchids of Asia was on television over and over again because Bobby Kraft went to rub and tug. He
Yes.
just shut his mouth because Deshaun Watson did the same thing. So therefore, Deshaun Watson gets off because they have these multi-million billionaire owners who set the precedent for what goes on.
See, what's really makes me scratch my head how this Richardson got cat that was forced to sell the Carolina Panthers because he was apparently a creep to all the female employees in the office buildings. He's forced to sell that team. He obviously got a $2 billion landing pad, but that's pretty good. So here is Robert Kraft's exact quote. The independent arbiter coming back with only a 6-game suspension for Deshaun Watson is frankly an embarrassment for the entire league. Robert Kraft.
So I don't know, and I'm fairly certain that Bobby Kraft and the boys and Tom Brady and all the rest of the posse from New England isn't going to listen to this one, and all the NFL higher ups, but I'm going to lay in the line that Bobby Kraft's first trip to a massage parlor wasn't the Orchids of Asia. I'm just saying.
Same.
I don't know. And if you want to sue me for nothing that I have, go ahead, Bobby Kraft. But I'm just saying. So there's a systematic problem, obviously, in football, whereas this guy can do this and we can do this. And for him to be hypocritical about that, Kraft should just shut up.
I can't believe he
would make a statement.
When that microphone's in your mouth, like I don't know where the statement came from or whatever. It's just reported what I see on Twitter. Actually, I didn't fact check it. Maybe someone's making that up and I'm the fool right now.
But well, no one's listening anyway, so whatever.
But no one's listening anyways. But someone else can do it and look at it. It's so frustrating to me how the NFL has made it clear that they don't give a fuck about the welfare of women.
None.
They don't care. The serial abusers, the accused rapists, the massage people. Like let's just brush it off. Like 6 games, no big deal.
When
6 games, 4 games. But you fucking smoke weed or you gamble on a parlay, we're coming down with the fucking hammer. It seems like they're so light-handed when it's I'm not even going to call them crimes, when it's allegations against women. Will it be abuse or will it be sexual inappropriateness?
Dave, when is it, like, when do the networks, because that's who pays all these fuckers. I got to quit swearing so much. I was told that. When do these networks finally crack down on this and go, we can't condone what you guys say is right and wrong? When do the networks finally go, that $1 billion we gave you, that $1 billion we gave you, that $1 billion we gave you? Because it comes from every network, CBS, NBC, ESPN, from everywhere. Now you have Amazon in there. You have the different apps and everything else. When do these networks finally say, geez, you guys really got to clean your crap up, because we're not getting the views we like? Because and as much as you may not agree with me here, but you're a married man. I'm basically married. And there's people across the country, around the world, they're like, why should we be cracking down? Like, are you still watching that? I mean, your wife never would. My quasi wife never would. But there are like, you got to quit watching this because women are getting abused and they aren't doing anything about it. Like, when does it finally stop?
Well,
Because the networks are paying for everything.
no, and I 100% understand that, and they're increasing their revenue stream like no other sport does.
Because the people
It-
going
it's
to the games ain't paying for everything, man.
Well, no, you know what? I'm not gonna stop watching. I'm not. I can't. I'm addicted to NFL football. I'm still gonna play fantasy. I'm still gonna watch the Broncos. I'm like, what else? That's the thing. The networks, if they go to NFL and say, like, you know, we're out. Like, if this is what they, okay, that's fine. You know, and that's why they purposely keep ABC out, I'm sure. Well, ABC and ESPN is the same network. They'll find something else. There's someone else. Like, if you don't want, like, you don't negotiate really these networks. They don't negotiate for their contracts. They get told how much they're going to have to pay.
Okay, so on the other hand, then, so because the NFL is so big, why don't these networks say to these teams, hey, quit it, suspend that guy? That guy can't be around because he's bad for your brand. He's hurting what we're trying to sell to the people who are watching your game.
See,
Like,
but this is
why?
what makes
Like,
what makes me
like if Deshaun Watson didn't play, if Deshaun Watson doesn't play another game in the NFL, the same amount of people are watching the Cleveland Browns this year. The same amount.
This is what makes me scratch my head. Is are their numbers going to go down?
No.
I don't think so. So where's the impetus? Where's the kick in the ass? Like, I don't know. And like by me,
But that, Dave, that's
by
what I'm
me
saying.
saying, and I know
That's what I'm
this
saying.
is wrong.
Get rid of the bad apples. People still watch. It don't matter who the fuck's on TV. It doesn't. People still watch.
No, that's a
If
good
that guy's
point.
a dickhead, get rid of him. Someone else replaces him.
Conduct yourself accordingly.
Some quarterback is going to end up playing there no matter what.
Yeah. And then, you know, when
so Cleveland goes 9-8, which they're probably going to do. They go 9-8 or they go 8-9. Who cares?
Well, then another thing I saw on social media today, that Cleveland has like the single easiest schedule in the first 4 games of the year. Like this prognosticator I saw, even without Deshaun Watson in the first 6 games,
They win regardless.
They're probably going to be 4-2 because their first 4 games are against patsies, absolute patsies. It's ridiculous. The fix was in. And I don't know what this Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the Browns, has on Tagliabue or the owners. But
Goodell.
Oh, Goodell.
Tagliabue's
Sorry,
been gone for a long time.
I'm an old guy. What he? I don't know what kind of side deal
Spell
he has.
Tagliabue.
Tagliabue. Tagliubue. BUE.
Tag. TAG. Tagli. LIABUE.
Yeah, that's what I said, I think. Oh well.
No,
It's not important. But yeah, I don't understand because I do know this. Haslam was found guilty for racketeering for cooking the books on the Flying J truck stop network, and that's how he became a billionaire. So he don't fucking care. He don't fucking care. Released a statement saying about Deshaun Watson's remorse and everything. I don't remember reading one word about Deshaun Watson's remorse. He doesn't think he did anything wrong. I'm an NFL quarterback. You should be fucking happy to give me a scrotal scrub.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And we said this before on this show. We're coming up on our 2-year anniversary of this thing, Dave. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. It don't matter who plays in that league, man. It don't. People watch. You could have no one playing. There are fans of those teams, not fans of players. There are so many players who are so non-consequential that doesn't matter. That jersey means more than the players do.
I agree because how many times have they tried to start up network, right? Start up a competing league. This I don't even know what was it the
Exactly.
XFL or the WL? Like they're a team just finished a thing, and I didn't even know these teams all have different city names, the Birmingham Bulls and whatever, but they all play out of
The
South
same place.
Carolina. Yeah, like it's
Yeah, I'd like to know. I would really like to know why this means we'll put this Deshaun Watson thing to rest until opening day, obviously, or the first game of the season, whatever they call it, opening days baseball. But it don't matter who's playing. So why this guy was allowed to just ride through, get a 6-game suspension, call her good. I don't get it because it don't matter who's playing. It does not matter.
And
there,
it did.
There's 5 players in the league that matter, and one of them's not Deshaun Watson.
And it turned out like it didn't really cost him a red cent.
Nothing.
His signing bonus untouched, like the joke salary for the year just in case of a suspension. Like it seems to me the fix was in the whole way about like how we're going to deal with this as a player and financially. And it makes a mockery of any kind of real punishment. And it's frustrating and I wish it was better. But I'm gonna fucking watch. I'm gonna watch come September.
Exactly.
I know I am.
It's so bizarre. We'll talk about it ad nauseum, I'm sure, once opening day or whatever they call it, the first day of the season. Like I said, it's odd. It's so odd that you and I sit in our basements on a couple of times a week and we see it, and the people who pay the bills don't see it. That's what I don't get. That's the one thing, Dave, that I don't understand is that you and I both know, other than Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers,
Tom Brady got 4 games for
deflating a ball,
allegedly deflating balls. Right?
Like there's
4 games, so 2 more games.
Dave, I named 2 guys that matter in the NFL: Brady and Rodgers. Give me 3 more.
Well, like it's franchises: the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants, and
but not one
LA
player.
Rams. Yeah, players don't
because
move
a player just insert player to this helmet.
Yeah, right.
It don't matter, man.
It don't matter if you're a running back. Let's pretend. I don't even know. I wouldn't even be able to
People
say the
tune
best
in.
running.
People tune in. They do their fantasy. They do their this. They do their that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares who the name of the jersey. The name of the back of the jersey does not matter in the NFL more than any sport I've ever witnessed in my life.
I agree, and it sells more jerseys than any other sport.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that fan's coming back no matter what happens to said player.
So why doesn't the NFL and the sponsors set a precedent and say, you don't play here anymore? Bye-bye. Because you know what? You screwed up. Your meal ticket was signed. You had a chance. You screwed up. Now somebody else is going to get your contract next year.
Because the diehards, well, I'm never watching another game.
But they will.
The jersey burners, they're the first ones to tune in after a week.
They'll be back in.
You bet.
So why do they do it? I don't get it.
I don't know, because it's not like Deshaun Watson is a talent. He is a difference maker, but he didn't
play last year. League still went on.
Yeah, and then Houston wasn't winning playoff games with him,
and they won't win playoff games without him.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. The only thing I do get is that he's a talent, and the NFL doesn't care about the abuse of women by their players
at all, and they really don't. It's been proven time and time again. The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 Beer Sports, talking a whole lot more. Brought to you by SeatGeek and SeatGeek.com. Log in, get your first tickets purchased, and use promo code 1420POD. That's 1420POD on your first purchase. Save yourself $20 for parking or beer money. Dave, did you have some beers this weekend?
I did manage to have some beers this weekend. Why wouldn't I? I was camping, man.
There you go. The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 Beer Sports, talking a whole lot more.
3 coolers, 2 food, 1 beer.
Well, I thought you had 3 coolers, like 3 Rockaberry coolers.
Oh, no, you got to bring for 3 days of camping.
When's the last time you had a Rockaberry cooler?
A Rockaberry? I don't even know what
or whatever.
I had a Twisted Tea today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind those. They're a nice switch.
Too sweet.
They are too sweet. I can't kill them.
Somewhat
But
like
it,
myself.
it is like candy.
Yeah. You can get yourself in a whole lot of trouble drinking those all day.
You bet.
The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, 4 beer of sports talk and a whole lot more, brought to you by Fansheads and fansheads.com. Get 20% off shipping in Canada and a whole bunch of other stuff, free shipping in the United States. Dave, Aaron Judge, my main man, hit his 42nd home run tonight. I think there's 58 games left. Does he get to 62, which is still, to me, the record?
No, he can't. He can't. I just
61's a record. You don't get 62?
yeah. No. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna he's playing for a contract. You know what? I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm going to say his chance of hitting 62 is 30%. The reason I think he has a good chance as I do is because the Yankees have that big fat lead.
So he won't play.
Well, yeah, and then there's no pressure. If it was like playing for the wild card or playing for the AL East title, I think a little bit of pressure would hurt him. I got no faith in Aaron Judge. I can't, but I do want him to win the MVP because I want to see him just fuck your Yankees so bad. What's he gonna ask?
I got him. I'm there in the 20th through the 24th. I'm seeing the Jays and the Yankees and the Bronx, and the Mets are there for Subway Series. I got Judge being 20 home runs or 19 home runs between now and the 19th, 19 days. On the 20th of August, he's going to hit the home run at Yankee Stadium against the Jays. I'm going to be there. He's got 19 home runs, 19 days. I'm totally kidding. I understand. You know I'm kidding.
I do. Yeah. Carry on.
I think he's going to get it. I really do. I really think he's going to get it.
You think he has 62 in him?
Yeah.
And with no pressure, then maybe he can. And while he just hit a walk off the other day, the big deal when you got a 11 game lead in the division, there ain't no pressure. I want to see what he does, and I would like to see him 62 only because how are the Yankees not going to be able to sign him for? Are they gonna stroke that $40 million a year?
Yep.
Check for him.
Yep.
And they're gonna hate themselves, and then all you.
But
Yankee
7 years.
boys,
He'll get 7 years at 40.
Yeah, but he's not going to be worth 10 when he's 35.
Well, that's a bit rich. Anyways, the Major League Baseball trade deadline. We won't talk. We'll argue until fucking 3 in the morning about that. The trade deadlines tomorrow morning at 2:00, and the deals are happening once again. The Oakland A's are selling off. The San Diego Padres got a guy from Milwaukee, Josh Hader, which I don't understand. Dave, the Milwaukee Brewers are in first in their division. Josh Hader is one of the best relievers in baseball. His contract's up this year. Said it before, and we'll say it again, and I wish I could take ownership for this one. Prospects are cool, but championships are cooler, man. The rings are cooler. Why the hell would the Milwaukee Brewers send away a guy who's been with your franchise forever? You have a chance to win the National League. The Dodgers are probably better.
Yeah.
But why would you're from a small market and your team's in first place? Why would you give up on that